scholarship endowment. I'd like to thank all of the partners and the people who are here from At the Pelican Sheehan. Not only has Bob been instrumental in us actually being able to rebuild the Boys and Girls Club, but we couldn't do it without your firm. Rob has been helping me as well, and I always know that if Bob is not available, we have each of you to call for legal advice, and you all know I get a lot of legal advice. So thank you very much. I don't really need to read anything for this one. In 2004, I received a phone call. I started working for Providence. I'd been there for 4 months, and I received a phone call from a man I had not met yet, and he said, "We have a little problem, and we need you to be in charge of the entire organization." And I said, "Okay, maybe we can get together next week and we'll talk about it." And from there, we've started this journey where we've had to sometimes make some unpopular decisions to make sure that the club will always be there for kids for another 150 years, and we will turn 150 in 2018. And we started this journey, and things weren't always easy. And his office was picketed, and people were yelling at times, and Bob just always stayed the course. And we put a plan together, along with all the other board members who were in this room, that we couldn't have done it without as well. And today we have a thriving Boys and Girls Club. There's still challenges. We have a good team of people who are working, but without Bob's leadership and then his ability to hand it off to Tom and work with everyone, there'll be a lot of kids without services today. So this scholarship fund is very, very special to me and the firm. And I will read this, and it'll lead into a friend of Bob's is also going to say a few words. And you'll notice in the program it says, "Will there ever be another Bob Brooks?" And those of you who know him, we could use two because you really never know if he's going to show up and be in the room when you need him. He is here today. This says, "Who can know why a person decides to help another? In Bob's case, he knew firsthand that some kids have and others do not. He decided to take charge of that reality to give those who have not. He wanted to give a transformational opportunity to Providence youth. Bob wanted to give them to the club. Wanted to give them the club, the place today that is still safe in turbulent times and provides security amidst challenging obstacles. As Bob experienced, a place where help is given to provide a path, just like Bob's dream, a path with a future, a profession, a home, and a family." So now I'm going to ask Tony Leone to come up and say a few words about that.
First prices. I can't read my notes.
Remember, brief, Tony.
Okay.
You got the stage, take it over.
You bet. I got the mic. Okay. Nicole asked me, I don't know, a few weeks ago, if I would like to say a few words about Bob Brooks. I said, no, not really. I said, I really want to say a lot of words about Bob Brooks. Unfortunately, I'll try to restrain myself, knowing that we all have time schedules to keep it all. Bob, your colleagues, your friends at Solomon's, fellow board members, fellow alumni, well, there was some here. Remember Tony and folks, you understand that the staff will tell you that as alumni, we give our opinions freely, even when it's not requested. And that's really because the important place that this organization has in our hearts I consider myself a man of faith, but even my church hasn't had the commanding presence in my mind and in my soul than Boys and Girls Clubs. I wanted to say a shout out to the staff. They really do not get nearly the credit that they deserve. much too young. But every time I'd say, Sal, I've been involved with the clubs for 65 years, he'd say, you're a freshman. It's 82 for me. I had the privilege, and it really was a privilege, to serve as president of Boys and Girls Clubs of Providence. We had an awful lot of challenges to face, as Bob and Tom do now. Most immediate, of course, was fundraising. None of us saw it as a choice to close a club, reduce services. Can't happen, won't happen. We knew we had to pay the bills, but we had to find a way to raise more money. We just had to find a way. I asked for a list of donors who were given to the clubs through the United Way. And most of our leadership at the time knew all the donors. But there was one name that popped up. I asked in my subtle way, who is this guy? Who? Man, I don't know who he is. His name is Robert Brooks. Who is he? What does he do? Where did he come from? I don't know. He gives us money. We're supposed to know that. He had given us money, very generous donations, for a number of years without having asked for it. Oh, wait a minute. This guy I have to meet. He's given us money. Why? Why did he single out Boys and Girls Clubs of Providence? For his generosity. Can you give me a little information? I'm going to call him. What does he do? Well, he's a lawyer. So I inquired, and I found out that he was a rising star at one of Rhode Island's most prestigious firms. And I was so proud to read in the paper not too long ago, he was named managing general partner. Not bad for a kid from Olneyville. Not bad. Not bad. It was a very, I thought, pleasant lunch. Who was this guy? I didn't know whether he was young or old. I really didn't know. But it was a great lunch. And what impressed me was I didn't have to convince him to join the board or continue his contributions. He knew it, not because he had read it in a brochure, but because he felt it in his heart. The slogan at the time was that the Boys and Girls Clubs are a safe place for kids. He understood that, not because it was a clever marketing slogan, but because he had experienced it himself. Boys and Girls Clubs taught us to respect everyone, but in the spirit of athletic competition, to fear no one. I came from the Wansket Club. Competition, fierce competition with our friends from Fox Point. We made lifelong friendships. They love us and we love them. We learned, as Bob learned at the Olneyville Club, that you respect people for the content of their character, not the color of their skin. That's how you judge men and women. It's a core value that Bob knew. Bob accepted, enthusiastically, I think, our invitation to join the board. He became engaged immediately. And when you become part of a new organization, you try to find out what the protocol is. That Bob was home from his very first meeting. I was always impressed that when he gave an opinion, whether it was a crisis, whether it was a good thing, whatever it was always based on facts. He never let whatever personal approaches or values he might have had stand in the way of an honest analysis based on facts. His presidency, and it soon became inevitable, that he would assume the leadership of the organization. I believe that Bob was the right leader for the right time. needed a leader who could find the solutions to complex problems, rather than to, as many did, curse the darkness. Yes, we had financial challenges that weren't easy to resolve, but his analysis was always very careful. People, particularly those of us who were involved in the club for a long time, often took emotional approaches. Bob never allowed that to happen. He guided our discussion, he guided our debates, always with full recognition that there were people involved at the end of our decisions. And so they had to be treated with the human dignity to which all people are entitled. So, on behalf of the members of our board, on behalf of our outstanding staff, on behalf of our fellow alumni, and most important to me, and I think to Bob, on behalf of all the boys and girls who benefit from your leadership every day, I'm so happy to join with Nicole and make this presentation. I just think, this looks like very comfortable. A nice place to write checks.
The plaque on Bob's chair reads, alumnus since 1967, board member since 1996, board president 2003 through 2011. The club helped me to achieve my dreams.
One picture off, we need Oh my
You don't expect me to say anything now. First I want to thank Tony for getting the emotion out. Those of you who know me, I tend to get a little emotional. I want to say thank you to a few people that are here and a few people that are not here. First of all, with respect to the endowment, I first want to thank Stephen Angel, who made the first leadership gift to begin the endowment. Stephen's not here today. He is a member of the board, but I do want to recognize the contribution he's made. There are other friends and colleagues who have made contributions to the endowment already. Forgive me if I don't mention you all by name. You know who you are, and I truly thank you. I want to, first of all, also thank the members of the board that I serve with, those who I've served with in the past, and those who I serve with presently. They all get it. They all understand how important the work we do is. And as Tony said, it's not about Tony or myself or Tony Andre or even Sal Solomon or all the people who came before us. It's about the kids today. I want to thank my colleagues at Allen Pollock and Sheehan for the support that they've given me throughout the years and the support they continue to give to Boys and Girls Club of Providence. Because I support the club, they support the club. And we're a family, just like Boys and Girls Club is a family. And I thank them from the bottom of my heart. I also want to thank my own family, my wife Melissa, my two children, Madeline and Robert, and the time that they allow me to give to the clubs. We just came in from vacation today. We got home about 4:30, so they're unpacking, but they allowed me to come today. So I want to thank them, obviously. In terms of the endowment, I just want to say this. There's an old saying that 80% of success is showing up. And so when we started to talk about an endowment, something, a legacy that we could leave, I thought the best thing would be to provide for kids who can't afford to go to the club on their own, and to sponsor kids so that they can experience what I experienced, what Tony experienced, what Sal experienced, and what all the kids that go today experience. Again, you can't have success until you show up, and the staff and the programs that are available today and the safe place that they have to go to is that one extra step, hopefully, that one little push ahead in life that they'll hopefully bring and use for their own success. So I want to thank everybody in the room for attending tonight, and I want to thank you all for supporting Boys and Girls Club of Providence. Thank you.